The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed studio. I'm Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene alongside, as always. We are live in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. Welcome into the program, and today we're going to talk about flags. I hate flags so much in football. I get that sometimes they're necessary, but oftentimes they're just not. They slow down the damn game, and I'm sick and tired of these crackdowns that ruin our football watching each and every weekend. I hope you guys are in the same boat with me. If you're not, well, you're doing it wrong.
I'll taunt you anytime I want to, bitch.
Oh, yes, welcome into the program. And by the way, this afternoon, local folks, if you want to come on by the Ingalls on Smoky Park Highway, Jeremy and I are going to be out there for a little bit for the Eblin Charities Coat Drive. Because of the coronavirus last year, they didn't have the coat drive, which means the supply of coats that's available to the homeless population in our area is depleted, and so they need everybody to come by and bring gently used coats. You can definitely bring new coats if you would like to. Or a cash donation, anything like that. We'll be out there with, of course, Ingalls and Eblin Charities doing the coat drive. And we'll also be teasing out the St. Nicholas Project, which will be doing the toy drive pretty soon. So this is just this is the countdown to the Eblin Charities St. Nicholas Project, which all of our competition for a cause contests, the best ball leagues that everybody's in. By the way, I haven't checked. Am I kicking everybody's ass in the best ball leagues? I haven't. No,
I haven't even.
You don't even have to check. You don't even have to check. You know that's not happening.
No, you're the Jacksonville Jaguars of fantasy football, and yes. You shall continue to be that.
The competition for a cause with the best ball leagues, of course, that money going to Eblin Charities St. Nicholas Project, as well as our weekly DFS contests. Get in on those, link in the description of this and each of our videos. Best ball contest, winner take half, or excuse me, the DFS contest is winner take half. Winner of the contest takes half of the pool, and the other half goes to Eblin Charities St. Nicholas Project. So come on down to the Smoky Park Highway, Ingalls, this afternoon. Like I said, Jeremy and I will be out there for the annual coat drive. Taunting penalties in the NFL, targeting penalties in college football. These crackdowns have been thrown out there for player safety, and I don't know that they're serving the purpose. We've already talked about the targeting penalties a lot, and we'll talk about that some more, but the taunting in the NFL is the thing that kills me. Is because, hell, this past weekend, I saw two back-to-back plays on Red Zone, I believe it was. I think it was the Houston Texans tight end gets a first down, spins the ball after the first down, celebrates, gets flagged for taunting.
Yep.
Then, and I think it was, I don't remember what the team was, another team playing at the same time scored a touchdown. Dude spins the ball in the end zone, no flag. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in their game, Mike Edwards picks off the second pass in a row from Matt Ryan, takes it back for a touchdown for the second play in a row. He runs into the end zone backwards, threw the flag, taunting. Lamar Jackson flips into the end zone, not taunting. It's the inconsistency of all of this that I think it's cannot wrap my head around.
I think it's all stupid. I have a very simple, here's my take on taunting. You don't want me to taunt you? Stop sucking so bad. If you let me run right by you, I have the right to do whatever the hell I want to. But if I want a Deion Sanders high step into the end zone backwards with double birds at you, my prerogative.
Double birds.
It's my favorite.
The
double bird.
We're not going to put up with that. We won't.
Why? Who's it hurt? Yeah, you want me to tell you what I think they should? What I think they should flag?
What's that?
Here's this would be my new initiative.
Okay.
When you're down 27-0, and you convert a first down by just like the width of a squirrel's Peter, and you get up and go, oh, and drop ball for the first down. I think somebody should legally be allowed to hit you as hard as they possibly can. Just Harry Tate off his linebacker. Wow! Sit your loser ass down.
Look at you celebrating a first down.
Oh, we got Chuck Atkins. We're like an AA group. We're like an AA meeting for sports fans. Speaking of that, you're going to see a new branding with the two of us that, well, it's a little ironic, and I find it just incredibly funny.
Welcome, Chuck, into the program. Anyhow, I just can't stand the nitpickiness. And as a parent of a young football player, I can understand partially we need to set a good example for the younger kids, the kids that are watching at home and watch these guys, act unprofessionally on the football field. To a point. Like flipping in the end zone, I have no problems with. The double birds running backwards, yes, I would have a problem with that.
I wouldn't. Stop me. You can't stop me, you get what you get.
No, but I mean, come on. Is it not partially on?
I want you to look who you're talking to before you ask me what you're about to ask.
No, I'm just saying. There's no part of you that believes that the professionals do kind of need to set some kind of example for the youth.
No, I don't believe that.
Why?
Why would they? You
know what? Kids do everything they see on television. So
I got news for you. I don't know how many children you've been around lately. I don't think they could be any more insufferable, in large part.
Well, I mean, you got a point.
Well, what do you think? They're going to become more insufferable because Lamar Jackson flipped into the end zone?
It doesn't help.
I had a 12-year-old kid call me bro the other day. I can't physically slap you because that's illegal, but damn it, I want to.
Yeah.
Little bastard calling me bro. Yeah. Bro me if you don't know me. Go on somewhere.
No, I think that's ridiculous. I think
Adam Blake said Tank's old man baseball showing up. Yeah, think about what I'm going to say. This man loves a sport where if they do something they don't like, they get mad and throw the ball at each other. And you're worried about somebody high-stepping in the end zone.
Wait a minute. You're just the one that said when you celebrate the first down, I just want you to Terry Tate off.
No. If you're down 27-0, you've left out a huge part of that.
He's doing something you don't like, and you want to, issue punishment against him for that.
He's doing something I think stupid. You're getting slaughtered.
It's the same damn thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
The point of this game is to score or force turnovers or whatever the case may be. This initiative on taunting is so stupid to me. Stephen Tao said parenting starts at home, not on television.
Problem is, that's not how the world works.
It's 100% how the world should work.
It's 100% how the world should work.
I got news for you. Yes, I've been the biggest football fan I've ever met since I was 4 years old. You know what I've never done? Looked up to an athlete. Hey, he did that. I should do it too. Never, not one time in my entire life.
Never, not one time.
Not one time.
No one time.
I wore the number that I liked. I didn't wear somebody else's number. I never cared to buy jerseys. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I pull for teams. Hell, I'm in a Jets group that some BYU fan came through and was like, you're a shit fan base that doesn't deserve Zach Wilson. And I was real proud of my Jet fan brethren who basically booed him out of a Facebook group. Jets fans are a little, what's the word? Mean. I'll go with mean. We will look at your Facebook picture and make comments about things that you post. Don't do that if you don't want to cry, because we are pretty fucking good at this.
Adam Black said the first time he scored a touchdown, he spiked the football and he had to run the entire last practice. Yeah. I mean, that's how it used to work back in the day, but you can't do that anymore. See, this is the thing that I'm finding. Like, my kids are in youth football now, and maybe it's just the league that we're in, or what, but there is none of that anymore. You can't do that anymore. You have all of these parents hawk-eyeing their children at practice, and if the coach raises his voice to a child, it's over.
Which is why Jeremy doesn't coach anymore.
It's over. Mama's on that field in 2.5 seconds.
Secret time, I had a rule. I didn't allow parents at my practices. Straight up.
Yeah.
And you signed an agreement before we did anything that said you would not be there.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I don't care about your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You entrusted your child to play for me. Not the other way around.
Yeah.
You at some point take the merit of what I think, know, feel, whatever, above anybody else. So let me do my job. And that's how I feel about every parent in every youth league sport. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with me at this point.
Yeah.
Let your coaches do their job.
It sounds great in theory, and that's the way it used to be. Like, I can remember going to football practices when I was a kid. Our parents were never around. Our parents dropped us off at 5:30 in the afternoon and said, Coach, practice is supposed to be over by 7. All right, I might be here at 7:30 to pick you up. Like, that's how it worked when I was a kid. And now it's just this helicopter parenting thing that happens, but it's not in the right way. It's not like I need to make sure that my kid's being respectful and he's following the rules and he's got an air of sportsmanship about him. It's just, don't talk to my kid that way.
Oh, no,
don't yell at my kid. Don't criticize my kid. Don't do any of these things. Like, I had this conversation with my wife yesterday. We go to football practice, and Joseph, God love him, he tries sometimes. But he gets out there, and he's got his job to do on the football field. He's got the block, and every damn play, it's just somebody's running by him. He doesn't know where he's going. And I'm talking to my wife, and I said, are you watching this? Do you see why he's not, because she's upset because he's not getting to play as much. And I'm like, well, he's not good at it. They can't hear you when you do that. I know. He's not good, though.
I mean, our mics are good, but they can't pick up your wispy voice they're putting Vance.
It's one of these things, like, the parents get it in their mind that their kids deserve to play no matter what. Well, that's not always the case.
Well, here's the thing. This is where a lot of us learned our disciplines or our, caring about other people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to level with you. Do you see the irony that it's really hard to find somebody to work for you? Like 6 years after we got to this point where every coach was questioned and you have to be nice to every... Mm-hmm. I got news for you. There's a lot of people in this world that aren't nice. I'm one of them.
Can be nice. See, that's always been my thing. Like, I've never seen a successful, nice football coach who's like, oh, come here, Johnny. No, you need to stand right here. And when that guy runs at you, you need to hit him.
A coach that mentored me, literally, one of the greatest lines I've ever heard in my life. Nice guys finish themselves.
Yeah.
You're going to understand what I just said in just a second.
Nice guys what?
Nice guys finish themselves. It's one of my favorite lines I've ever heard in my life, and I've lived by it for basically my entire adult life.
That's yeah. I mean, I see where you're going with that. But even in the discussions with my wife of he's not doing his job, he's gonna get somebody else hurt, and she says, "Well, you just shouldn't be so critical." How am I not supposed to be critical? How am I supposed to help him get better if I can't be critical about what he's doing? But for the most part, yeah. But for the most part, parents just don't. I mean, most parents just don't care. So the whole parenting starts at home thing. I agree with y'all 150%, but it's not the way it happens these days. And so when you see on television, you see the highlight films of dudes flipping in the end zone and all that. I don't have a problem with that. But when it gets to, serious taunting, like, flipping guys off, I can't go with you down on that path. Like, there's a way to do it without being crass or obscene or anything like that, because the kids are going to follow that. It's just, that's basic facts. So I think on stuff like that, yes. But the NFL has gone way too far.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
NFL, this is what irritates me. You just worry about all the wrong shit. Like, who cares? Who gives a rat's ass if Tyreek Hill flips into the end zone? Or Mike Edwards backpedals it? Don't get picked off. It's not hard.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you how to get people to stop taunting you? Stop doing things that make them want to.
Right.
70-yard touchdown runs. Hey, if you stopped them after 5, they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
They ought not done that.
Mm-hmm. I to a point, I agree with this, but the whole crackdown thing, they do it wrong every time. They do this. We're gonna have a more, what is it? What did they say in the offseason? Aggressive focus on the taunting penalties or on the taunting acts on the field, and now they're just throwing flags for every little celebration that comes around. It's ridiculous, and I mean there have been 10 taunting penalties in the NFL in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Which is dumb.
In a normal season, there have been an average of about 15. In an entire season. We got 15 weeks to go, to steal a phrase from Arthur Smith. And how many more of these are we going to see before the NFL goes, okay, wait, we overreacted?
Well, this is one of those things, usually when the NFL cracks down on things, you see a ton of them in the preseason, and then it's just not that big a deal. This has been a reasonably big deal. There's been a lot of these calls. They just stymie drives. Stephen Westbrook said John Wooden didn't cuss his players and was pretty successful. You're not wrong. I will 100% agree with you. And if you're one of those that doesn't swear, I'll be honest with you. Every ninth word out of my mouth is an obscenity. Business meetings are fun for me because I feel like I'm playing Mad Libs. Well, why don't you just go? Now, I never swore at players.
Right.
I would never direct an obscenity at a player.
Right.
I did say a lot of them, though. Some of them under my breath and some of them out loud. Oh, by the way, Stephen Westbrooks. That's a new name that I hadn't seen.
Hi, Stephen.
AA meeting for sports.
Welcome in.
But that is a solid point. There are some coaches that can do that.
Kevin Vick says parents pay for Youth League 2. Coaches are forced to play every player equally. Travel ball you have to pay, but your kid still has to earn their position and playing time. Yeah, we play in a travel league, and that's how it is. And the coaches told us from the beginning of the year, this is how it's going to be. We're in this to win. We're going to play the best players that we could possibly throw out there. I think it's on, it shouldn't completely be on the professionals to set this. I don't know. I mean, yes, you have to set the standard at some point, but that does come down to the micro level of coaching. To be able to coach your players and say, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, you should never turn, and cuss at another player and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it comes down to having good coaches take over. But I think there is a certain bar that needs to be set by the professional leagues. And they've gone too far. Now they've gone too far because now they're getting silly with it. Now with the guys running backwards into the end zone, spinning the ball, stuff like that. I get it if he cusses at another player or gets up in their face and pushes them or anything like that. That's obviously going to be fouls. I don't know. No, I do not. And that's part of the problem. My wife asked me in the comment if I thought we had good coaches in that league. No, I really don't.
And see,
but they're all, but it's part of the culture. They're all the young former athletes, just 2 years removed from competition. And
see, I think it gets worse by generation. And I'm not even level with you. I don't like what you just said.
Okay.
There's a dynamic of what a good coach is. And there are probably a lot of people that are going to disagree with what I'm getting ready to say. I won a lot of games.
Yep.
I've known 1,000 coaches that were better than I ever was. Because I probably cared too much about winning. I am a hyper-competitive person. It's one of the reasons I don't do it.
Yeah.
I focused, and I also coached, older kids.
Older kids, yeah.
I didn't focus as much on the teaching. I look at a coach that can teach things, and that's, especially if they have experience. I have a completely different dynamic of media people and coaches. I like having a slew of coaches that actually went into this battle.
Yeah.
Doing what we do, I'd give a fuck less if you ever played. I don't care if you ever played a snap in your life. I got news for you. Keyshawn Johnson played in the NFL. I didn't. Stride for stride, I'll take me all day long, and it ain't all that close. You know his name, you don't know mine.
Yeah.
But in terms of knowledge for knowledge, I'm a big, fat, dumpy guy. He was a 6'4", finely tuned athlete. His athleticism got him somewhere. Now, that being said, he learned a lot about the game that he could teach to others. I don't necessarily think he learned a lot that he could analyze the game. Plus, there's biases there that's another topic for another day.
Right. I have nothing against the competitive nature of sports and a coach. But I do take issue with how you handle yourself on the field.
In what regard?
In the regard of what we're talking about, taunting.
See, I don't.
It's almost taught to young kids.
It's sad to disagree with that. I disagree with that. All right, let me ask you a question. How many times, your kids play youth league football, how many times you ever watch somebody flip into the end zone? Has it ever happened one time?
Not yet, but it will.
No, it won't. No, it won't. No, it won't. Namely, because in large part, young kids don't watch sports. And they consume it like they consume a TikTok video. They watch highlights on SportsCenter and they have a favorite team, and it's usually somebody that wins.
Right.
I don't think it matters. I've always said that's an overrated, they should be role models. No, they shouldn't. No, you should be, you know who your kid's role model should be? You. Or your pastor, or somebody like that.
Right.
That's who should be the role model of your kids.
Yeah.
Because I got news for you. We've met a lot of these guys, and a lot of them are awesome. Some of them are dicks. And I guarantee you have no idea which one's which.
Yeah.
I can tell you names, and I'm not going to out the person that tells me a lot of these things, but we have a pretty good friend. He's pretty close to a lot of teams because he deals with a team in the NFL on a daily basis. He's told me a slew of guys that were complete jackasses. I'd have never thought it.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys that were nice as they could be. Blew my mind.
Right. I don't know. Yeah. I just feel like it's kind of looked up as or looked at as a badge of honor to be able to beat your guy and then rub it in his face. I see way more of that now than I ever have.
It is competition. At the end of the day, it's competition. That's why I've never been a fan of we don't keep score.
But it's unnecessary is what I'm saying.
And this is the discrepancy between me and you. I was always that guy. You let me get hot from three, holy shit. I played some high-level competitive basketball.
You're doing the eyeballs and all that shit?
Oh, I loved that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, the guy who said he never repeated anything he saw on television. You saw a player do that, and then you went, oh, that was cool.
Secret time? I did that before I ever saw anybody in the NBA do it. You got to remember, I hadn't played a game of basketball in 17 years.
Right.
I actually saw a kid at Hendersonville do that. We were playing an AAU team from Hendersonville, and I saw one do that, and I went, it's over his eyes. There's 3 fingers. That's phenomenal. And he was about 5'2", and I went, I like that. I'm stealing that.
I'm going to do that.
I'm going to steal that right there.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's overrated.
Jonathan Wells says kids might not watch sports, but their parents do, and the parents want their kids to be superstars no matter how dumpy. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. The parenting starts at home. You shouldn't expect professional athletes to set the standards, but they do. They do. And you can't let it get out of control. But what the NFL has done is now just flag everything, which is stupid. And it's inconsistent. Like I said, you see one play happen here and it gets called. You see one play happen here and it doesn't get called. It's just maddening. And I agree with the former official. I lost his. I don't remember what his name was. Anyway, they were talking to him about this, and he said, you know what? He would almost rather it not happen. Jeff Triplett. That's who they were talking to. They were talking to Jeff Triplett, and he said, refs shouldn't have to do this. Refs shouldn't have to be the ones to monitor the players' extracurricular behavior. They have a hard enough time.
Yeah, they're not. That's the whole thing. They're not. And now this is why I wanted to talk about this. Officiating has been absolutely fucking dreadful.
Right.
And you know why? Because you're too worried about shit like this. You're too worried. That's not your job.
Yeah.
Your job as the official is, was there a hold? Is there something, did one team commit an infraction that gave them an unfair advantage? You know what it's not? Oh, he said mean shit. What are we gonna do?
Right.
He told him to have sex with himself. Whatever will we do? By the way, let's see, I can't remember the exact number. Of these taunting penalties you're talking about, what does it say to kids? 4 of the 10, you couldn't even tell me what they did. You have no idea because it was something said on the field. That has nothing to do with children. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
Nothing. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
We have to. Everybody has to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
That's how the world should work.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't work.
That was
way.
part of Jeff Triplett's point. Was referees have a hard enough time trying to keep track of what's actually impacting the game on the field, rather than being the behavior police.
Yeah, I flat out don't care.
Now, if the cameras catch a guy after the play doing something that he shouldn't do, then that's a role for the league to come in and fine them if that's how they want to do it.
You want to fine them, more power to you.
But you want to
penalizing your
play.
team for something somebody said is the most millennial snowflake shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
He said mean things. I didn't like it.
Then stop him. Do your job. Hey, and when you're done playing and you have a job, do that job too. And don't bitch about how much you make. That's one. I only get 3 of those a week. We don't talk about politics. But damn it, I want to.
But damn it, I want to.
I won't do a bunch. All right, let's talk about targeting.
Oh, God.
See, this is the one that pisses me off more.
The targeting calls. I was trying to find, before the show started, a tally of the targeting penalties.
It's 7 whole shitloads.
Right, I couldn't find one. I mean, we had, in week one of the college football season, we had an ejection for every 8 games that were played. Think about how many college football games are played on a Saturday, where nobody, very rarely does anybody have a bye week at, the beginning of the season like that. For every 8 games, there was 1 targeting ejection. That's ridiculous. There were, 4 in that Louisville game? Louisville and Ole Miss?
Half.
Yeah. It's a disruption that doesn't need to happen. And they're going too far.
You have to get the head hunting out of the game. But here's the thing. I think you've already done that. I can count on one hand the number of times I've looked at a player and gone, okay, that was dirty.
Yeah.
That was a dirty hit. But I think the same thing about the play on the sideline. If you're running to the sideline and you haven't touched it yet, you're fair game. I don't care if you're clearly going out of bounds. I don't care. You're still inbounds. You could plant a foot and juke back inside. The hell with you. Until you touch the end line, you're fair game.
Agreed.
And I'm going to give you about a full second after you've done that if old Puddin' Pants here wants to knock your eyeballs in the back of your head. That's on you.
You can't.
You don't want to get hit, slide. We've given you every opportunity to get away from that.
So slide out of bounds, that's your...
Slide, period. Slide, period. Every quarterback does that. I watch this constantly. They bootleg out. They get to the sideline and they go, how can I play? They're playing the angles of how can I do this where I can touch the end line right as he hits me because I know he's going to hit me. I know full well he's going to hit me and I'm trying to get the extra 15 yards. You would never get that flag from me. Ever. Because I know what you're doing. I watch guys do it every single week.
Yeah.
You don't want to get hit? Slide. Now, you hit a quarterback on a slide, the hell with you. That's one that I think should be ejection level shit. Quarterback gives himself up, you hit him anyway, bye.
Yep. Done.
But the receiver ducks his head down and your face mask grazes the top of it, and you get a jet. Stop that.
Done.
That's stupid.
I am in full agreement with you. On the running out of bounds thing, I've always felt that was the case as well. Like, how close was it? I think in the Carolina Saints game, I think Christian McCaffrey ran out of bounds at one point, or maybe it was Sam Darnold. I don't remember. But he was clearly, like, he was beyond the big out of bounds marker. You know what I'm talking about? On the sideline, how they got the big chalk. He was past that, and somebody hit him. Now that's a penalty. And I love the fact that the players come in and get in their face, and I think if they don't, they're doing it wrong. Like, you got bad teammates if you don't have anybody that's going to stand up for you if you get hit out of bounds like that. But if your toes on the line and there's contact, sorry, you're shit out of luck. Because, a guy like Christian McCaffrey can turn on a dime. Lamar Jackson, they watch Lamar Jackson like a hawk on every time he tries to run out of bounds. And go, you know what? If you're past the line of scrimmage, that guy is so athletic, I'm going to have to hammer him out of bounds because at any point, he could just pull up. And if I don't hit him, guess what? He could turn and go that way.
Yep.
The targeting stuff in college football is, we've said it's ridiculous.
Intent. You have to get to the point of intent.
And you can tell. To me, you can always tell. Like, who was the worst in the NFL?
The New York Jets.
I
heard worst in the NFL.
I meant as far as this goes, as far as like unnecessary roughness, Kiko Alonso comes to mind.
He was a dirty player.
Kiko Alonso was a headhunter.
Mm-hmm. He was a dirty player.
But
he
you
once
could always
hit Joe
tell.
Falco. What was probably the dirtiest hit I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, the one that we thought his head came off his body.
That's probably the dirtiest hit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Kiko Alonso, I mean, you know that he's headhunting on every play. And you can weed those players out. Mm-hmm. But you have to have the enforcement behind it. And it's players like Kiko Alonso that have led us down this path to this overreaction of every hit has to be treated like that. Incidental contact is going to happen. I hate the concussions thing. I hate the fact that is, that CTE is a direct result of getting hit in the head so many times. It's a horrible fact. But it remains to be a fact that every football player knows now, right? Every football player knows. They've done movies about it. They've written books about it. Everybody has seen the studies. We have talked about it for years on talk radio since this came out. The NFL cover-up, the lawsuit. There's not a single person that plays football right now that doesn't know that is a direct result or can be a direct result from so many hits to the head. And guess what? They still play. They still sign up and say, this is the game that I love. This is the game that I'm going to play. Unless there is clear evidence that there was, the launching. Remember, that was the big thing at first. Launching into a player's head. That's intent to me. I don't care. Like, you and I talked about it after week 1 with that Louisville Ole Miss game. The block on the kickoff. You said, no, that's fine. I completely disagree. That was the one penalty out of all 4 of those that I went, yeah, he's got to be gone. Because once you're launching at a guy's head, it's over. That's not how you're supposed to play the game.
Anthony Hurt asked us if we know anything on the Carson Wentz injury. I'm going to bet he doesn't play this week.
2 sprained ankles?
Mainly because Carson Wentz is made of tissue paper. And he's the first person I've ever seen to sprain both ankles at the same time. Mm-hmm. But to my knowledge, it looks as though he's not going to play.
I would say he doesn't play just because history tells us that he's not going to be right. He needs at least a week to get over a hangnail. And so you're probably going to see Jacob Eason go out there and there's another loss for the Indianapolis Colts.
But now to what you said about targeting,
yeah.
All right, I'll go back to that, to the kick return.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect him to do?
You go lower.
I love when 5'7" people say that.
Yeah.
Go lower.
Yeah.
Do you realize the vast majority of these guys are my size?
I understand that.
That's another just huge dynamic here of you don't ever take height of one player to height of the other player. You can't go lower. Mm-hmm. I mean, my God, what do you want to hit him in the dick? I'd basically have to have my head in between my knees.
If you're launching forward,
Alex, you're going to give
lower.
Alexander a heart attack because I think he said something to the effect of he's already in the air about 6 times, and I agree with him wholeheartedly.
He's already in the air. Who's already in the air?
I'm talking about you can't readjust once you've made the decision and you've left your feet or done whatever it is. There's no readjustment. You're not this is not the high dive. You're not some ballerina no, you're a projectile. That's why you wear helmets, because you're a projectile at other people.
Right, but on that particular play, he didn't hit him in the head because the guy moved.
No, he hit him in the head because he just missed. I didn't see any. To me, there was no intent there. He was going for a block. That's what you do. He's a blocker on the kick team. Oh, we hit him in the head. Well, tough shit. If you don't like it, go play fucking ping pong. I don't know what to tell you.
No.
You're going to get dinged in the head every once in a while, especially if you're good to low feller.
Sure. But if you're going high instead of going low, that's a problem. What did my coaches always teach me when I was in football? Aim for the numbers, right?
I had so much funnier of a line there. I vowed to be nice.
You aim for the numbers. Yeah, the head is not the numbers.
That always work?
Huh?
That always work?
No.
It always hit? Okay.
No.
Okay. Again, there is a big fuck difference between intent and I missed. Just like quarterbacks. Quarterbacks complete 100% of passes on air? Okay. It's because there's mistakes made every once in a while. To me, ejecting a kid for a mistake is ridiculous. The kid, and I go back to the kid at Auburn. I'm still not, 4 days later, I'm not sure he even hit him in the head. And if he did, it was as incidental as it comes. And yet, there he goes.
Incidental helmet-to-helmet contact, that's not, to me, it's not in the spirit of the rule. The spirit of the rule is headhunting. You want to take that out of the game. And this is why we need separated penalties. This is why we need different degrees of the targeting penalties. And in incidental contact, I don't even think there should be a flag thrown.
I don't know.
Oh, your helmets.
There's no way you're going to put 22 people on a field, give them helmets, and those things are never going to hit each other. It's not going to happen.
Your helmets booped each other, and now, that's targeting. No, I don't think that's in the spirit of the rule. It's ridiculous. The overreaction from the referees is just too much. I agree. You're going to get hit in football. It's going to happen. There has to be a level of risk, and there is a level of risk that everybody's assuming. So the overreactions kind of need to stop. But they're not going to, because you've got, what did Tom Brady call it? Oh, the softer society around the game.
And I agreed with that too.
Yeah, to where it's changing the way players play the game because you have people standing on the outside going, "Oh my God."
Oh, we live in a society of people that are softer than baby shit. I mean, that's just
no doubt.
It's just the way it is. If you don't agree with that, then you probably haven't been alive for more than like 5 years.
Yeah,
which means you probably shouldn't be watching this show. We warn you of this. We say bad words.
We do.
And by we, I mean me.
That's why
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
There's a reason the disclaimer's on the beginning of the program. Oh, Kevin Vick. That's hilarious coming from Tom Brady. Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, Tom Brady's soft as baby shit.
You got a point.
But
Tom realized, Tom's an opportunist. He realized that he could start bitching about things and they'll start changing rules. And he's part of the problem. But now it's gone too far, and now Tom sits back and goes, shit, what did I do?
Oh, shit.
Although that is the thing that is allowing him to continue to play at 44 years old.
That and avocado ice cream.
That and avocado ice cream, yes. Yes, very much so. Support for the Sportsocracy is brought to you by Manscaped. Check out our friends at manscaped.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy, save 20% on your entire purchase, and of course, get free worldwide shipping by using the promo code Sportsocracy at manscaped.com. They have the precision engineered tools for your family jewels, the Lawnmower 4.0. I have one at home. Jeremy has one at home. And our wives are in the comments, and they'll tell you they're glad that we have them. You should get one, not just for yourself, but for your lady as well. Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker as well, to help you get the ear and nose hair trimming. The ceramic blade on these devices, fantastic, and it all cuts down on mishaps when you're trying to trim up the undercarriage. Manscaped.com, promo code Sportsocracy. Save 20% off and get free worldwide shipping.
They're the best in weed whackers for your meaty clackers.
Jimmy Garoppolo says he's gonna start seeking counsel. He's looking for some advice on how to handle his situation right now with the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, the 49ers just drafted a quarterback with the number 3 pick in the draft, and he's going to reach out to somebody who knows what he's dealing with. Aaron Rodgers. I feel like that's an error in judgment. I don't know too many people who can look at the Aaron Rodgers situation and the drama that happened over the offseason and go, yeah, Aaron handled that really, really well. So I think that's how I want to handle my situation. So I'm going to give him a call and see what he says. Jimmy G was on the Rich Eisen show yesterday and said that was who he may call to ask for advice. What do you think? Error in judgment?
To call Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
No. Aaron Rodgers is every bit as valuable today as he was 6 months ago, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Who else you want to call? Brett Favre? Yeah, he handled that quite nicely.
I don't know that there is a great example of a player who has handled this nicely. Oh, you can call Terry Bradshaw. There you go. Remember Terry Bradshaw had talking about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, they drafted quarterbacks around me, and I was never scared. Maybe that's the guy he should call. I don't think that I would be taking advice from Aaron Rodgers after the standoffish nature of all of this. Because now I feel like people look at Aaron Rodgers and go, you know what? If he wasn't so damn talented, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't deal with it. I wouldn't deal with the personality. I wouldn't deal with his demanding nature. And here's the other dirty little part of that. Jimmy G, he ain't Aaron Rodgers. If he was he ain't bad. Is that what you said?
He ain't bad.
Oh,
Jimmy G ain't bad.
I mean, I know he's not bad, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not MVP level, greatest quarterback we've ever seen kind of a player.
No.
And so
But
if he's so here's the thing:
I
if he
think
starts
you read
taking
this
this,
you read this in a slightly different way than I did.
okay, how did you read it?
Aaron had to go through, hey, they drafted my replacement, and everybody knows it. How did you handle it behind closed doors? How did you wrap your brain around, I'm going out there and getting my brains knocked out every week for a franchise that's not emotionally or long-term invested in me? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily talking about how to handle it with the media. With us, there's no way to handle it, because guess what? We're going to ask.
Oh, most
and we're going to
definitely.
ask a lot.
Most definitely. I don't think he was. I mean, and I can understand wrapping your head around that part.
That's how I read it.
Maybe that's what he was. Maybe that is what he was talking about. But I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I mean,
how
if
do you
you're
not
going to take
punch this motherfucker in the face? I would say that's probably his first
it's not
question.
his, I mean, it's not his fault.
No, but like Rob Riggle said in Step Brothers, you're going to have to do something about your face because it's just pissing me off.
You think that's how he looks at Trey Lance?
This is the difference between me and you. This is it in a nutshell.
Okay.
Because I am that egotistical. If you brought somebody in here that replaced me every Thursday,
Yeah.
I would look at him every day and go, I am going to kick your teeth down your throat one of these days. Now he'd be like, oh, let's go drink beers together. We're friends. Hell, we got enough for all of us.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much.
That's type A personality.
Mm-hmm.
I look at any form of competition and go, I am going to destroy you. And that's what that's how you become a starting quarterback in the NFL. It's because you have that mentality. I am better than everybody.
Yeah.
It's also why you taunt people, because you're better than everybody.
To me, that's just
not
a healthy way to live. It's not a healthy way to live.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
To go around with the ire and the anger of I just want to punch you in the face just because you exist. You can't see why that's
because if you come at the king, you best not miss.
Yeah, but it's not Trey Lance's fault. It's not Jordan Love's fault.
And I have to beat you every day. You're here to take my job. Your goal every day is to unemploy me. Yeah. Eat or be eaten.
Yeah.
It's how every animal but humans live.
Okay.
I guarantee you no lion has ever looked...
I'm glad you're on my side.
Yeah. I guarantee you no old lion has ever looked at a young one and gone, I bet we could be friends. That motherfucker's going to try to eat me.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is what should separate us from the beasts of the wild.
See, we steered too much into it. And now we have safe spaces. And so many other things. I literally went through 6 things in my head right there I wanted to say, and every one of them I went,
no,
that's not good. No. Didn't say it out loud.
Because it's all about the perception. It's all about how it's going to be looked at. And Jimmy Garoppolo, I get that, he's going through a time right now where he's not looked at as the flavor of the week anymore. Now it's just, let's see how far this guy could take us until this guy takes over. I can get how that, messes with your psyche. But still, having animosity against a guy who had nothing to do with being brought in as the future.
But it doesn't matter. You're missing the carnal point of this. Your job, your goal every day is to unemploy me.
Mm-hmm. So someone beats you on the field. It doesn't mean it has to get personal.
Well, I was being funny for a lot of that. But
okay, I just wanted. That's what I was trying to get through to make sure. Like, there's no reason that we can't all be friends and be competitors on the field.
No, I was never a friend with a competitor. At least not while the clock was ticking. Now, as soon as the clock's over, hey, you know what? We can.
The backup tight end on your team.
You weren't anybody in my life that I have ever competed with. I saw as a direct competitor.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Hell, doing what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a couple people in the comments whose shows I've done. You ain't here. Your studio's not down the street from mine. I promise.
Right. Because if it was,
you're a competitor.
Yeah.
Eat or be eaten. That is how I live.
Okay. Fair enough.
Type A personality. Your job is to hurt me.
Yeah.
That means we're not probably going to be friends.
One thing Jimmy G definitely does not need to take advice from Aaron Rodgers on is, though, how to deal with the people inside your building.
It would be difficult to deal with that. I mean, just honestly. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo, you have to be looking around going, everybody in this building is waiting for me to do anything that will allow them to insert Trey Lance in the lineup. And that's what he's talking about, asking Aaron Rodgers about. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the pressure of everything you do is under such a microscope because you know they're invested in him and they're not invested in you?
Right. And I think Aaron Rodgers' answer to that should just be better. Just be better. All you got to do is be better than that guy.
That's
but
probably
it's much
Aaron's
easier.
answer. It's a lot easier when you're Aaron Rodgers than it's Jordan Love.
Right, that's kind of my point, is that these guys are completely different, in my view, of sure they may be in similar situations where their team went and drafted a rookie to sit behind them and eventually take over the job. However, one is better than anybody else at his job, and the other one, he's better than Cam Newton. It's about as good as I have. And when he was asked about it, Jimmy G saying, "Oh, I'd love to have a season like Aaron Rodgers had last year." No shit.
Most people would.
Right. Bart Starr wishes he could have had a season like like Aaron Rodgers just did. I'm just thinking like an all-time great. There are many all-time greats who never had a season like Aaron Rodgers had last year. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's
a guy
another
who
part
will
of this
forever
that's
be
slightly
forgotten after he's gone.
Garoppolo?
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's no shot. Let me think of a team here.
Okay.
I have one in my head.
Okay.
You're telling me there's no shot that San Francisco commits to Trey Lance this offseason. Jimmy Garoppolo ends up with the Indianapolis Colts, and he makes it to a Super Bowl before Trey Lance does.
I'm not going to say no shot, but I'm going to say it's very slim.
I would, if you told me one of them made it, I'd take Garoppolo.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's a long learning curve for Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Garoppolo, for some reason, gets a shitload of shade for no real reason. Alexander said it in the comments. He's had one completely healthy year in his career, and he went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And had he not just airmailed a throw in the fourth quarter, he would have won it.
No doubt. I'm usually the one making that argument. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. What I'm saying is he's not an all-pro.
He could be. In the right system, he could be.
Okay.
The bad thing is that he's already been in that system, and now they have a guy.
No, they have Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Lane Kiffin, did you see his Instagram feed has changed?
No.
Yeah, he changed his Instagram. He is now only following one person on Instagram.
Is it Peyton Manning?
It's Arch. Arch Manning. He wants to get Arch to come to Ole Miss in 2023 when he graduates high school, and Lane Kiffin is going all in. He has now eliminated everyone from his follow list except for Arch Manning.
How do you feel if you're a quarterback in the class of 2022 and you see that? Like, wanted to go to Ole Miss, play for Lane Kiffin.
And you still can. Just know that you're only going to have 1 year. You're only going to have 1 year to make an impact. And then Arch is coming.
See, this is where the asshole in me comes out. If I was Arch Manning, I'd have had to have said, "Are you still going to be at Ole Miss 2 years from now?"
Oh.
You tend to like to find greener pastures there, Lane.
Yeah, I actually think he might be past that now. I think maybe Lane Kiffin is settling into this job and going, you know what? I could still run an offense here in the SEC that can score 60 points a game. May not be able to do it against Alabama or Georgia or Auburn, but for the most part, we're going to win 8-9 games every year, outscore all of our non-conference opponents, make it look really damn good. And, every year we might, 1 year we might get lucky. We might end up with what? They went to a New Year's Six bowl when Eli was in school, right?
Have you seen that? No, I don't think Eli.
Did they not?
No.
Okay.
They went to one with Hugh Freeze.
Okay. I knew that they had done it, within the last decade at some point.
I think that was with Hugh Freeze.
Yeah. I don't know. I think at this point.
They played in the Sugar. Yeah, that was with Hugh Freeze. They went 10-3 in 2013.
I think everybody gets to this point in their careers where they realize where their honey hole is. You bounce around all these different jobs. Lane Kiffin going from, where was it? Tennessee to USC to the Raiders, and then he had the downfall.
The Raiders were first.
Whatever it was.
The first head coaching job he ever had was the Raiders.
Yeah, so he went Raiders, Tennessee,
He was offensive coordinator at
USC.
USC, went to the Raiders, got fired, took Tennessee job.
There you go.
Then went to USC, got fired.
Right.
So a lot of got fired in his history.
Right, and I think at some point you realize, you know what, maybe this is my home now. You don't have to chase the huge jobs. You find a job, you settle into it, and you do this as long as you can and be as successful as you can now. And I could see this being a very attractive thing for Arch. Get to go to the same school that your granddad went to and your uncle went to, and they're going to put up a lot of points, so you're going to be in the Heisman discussion. It's kind of that being tied to Mike Leach thing. As long as I can put up the big numbers, I'm going to be the headline guy in all of college football.
Yeah, Michael Whiteside's commenting in the comments that Peyton said he's going to West Virginia. Yeah, he was talking to Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
He ain't going to West Virginia.
No.
Oh, he's always wanted to be a Mountaineer. Okay, then why is he not visited there?
Right.
Why is that not on the list of 30 schools that he's in?
No, yeah, that was Peyton trying to get Pat McAfee a reaction out of him.
Hey, Pat. Wouldn't you love it if we went to West Virginia? Yeah, we would. He's not going to, and we know it. I think it's funny he went to SMU. Arch went to SMU.
To visit?
Yeah. That's one of the places he's visited.
Well, I mean,
the
you put
list
up big
is
numbers
comical.
at SMU.
The list is hilarious. He's gone to Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas, Clemson, SMU. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things just doesn't belong.
Well, he just wanted to see how big the recruiting package could be.
I just like Dallas. Can we just go to Dallas? I don't know why I gave him that accent. But can we go to Dallas, Daddy?
He's swayed by the numbers. He's swayed by the numbers. He sees those numbers that Tanner Mordecai is putting up this year and goes, I could do that. I could throw, what's he up to? Like 15 touchdown passes in 3 weeks? It's something insane at SMU.
Adam Black asked what I think about Deion to Florida State. In all honesty, I wanted to hire him there the first time.
I don't think so. I don't think it's the right move. I really don't.
Why?
Because to me, it would fly in the face. What? To me, it would fly in the face of everything that he has said since he got that job. That he wanted to go to Jackson State to lift the HBCU program.
And he's already done that.
But do you think they will maintain it after he's gone? I don't.
I do, yeah. He's the figurehead. There are a lot of guys that have done this. Mm-hmm. Eddie George. There will be more. It's become the cool thing to do of ex-NFL football.
Okay, maybe it will be.
If you think Deion's staying at Jackson State for the long haul, I got a bridge to
No, I'm not saying for the long haul, but he's only been there, 2 years, 3 years?
This is 2.
2 years. I mean, granted, he's a hell of a recruiter. If the Florida State
job opened, he would be one of the first calls.
I don't doubt that. But do you think that job's going to open up? Are they going to get? That's the question. Will Florida State get to the point where they go, yeah, we're 2 years in, we're going to change again?
It depends. If you keep looking completely inept, you just don't ever fix that. I mean, name me a coach that's been completely inept through 2 years. Mm-hmm. That in year 4 all of a sudden was a good coach. This doesn't happen.
Right.
And the more I watch of Norvell, the more I'm worried. I see a lot of Willie Taggart and Mike Norvell. Ugh.
Sorry.
God, that was gross.
Sorry about you, bud. Sorry about your luck. I don't know. I heard them talking about this morning, and to me it's too soon. I think Deion has to stay at Jackson State for 2 more years to get that program really on solid footing before he can leave, or else it has the chance to destroy everything that he's touted that he wants to do.
Disagree.
Okay.
He's already accomplished everything he needed to. You've got high-level ex-NFL players that are taking jobs with HBCUs. That's exactly what he was trying to do. You've put Jackson State on the map, and I got news for you. If Deion left, another former player would follow right in his footsteps. May very well be somebody that's on that staff, because there are several players on that staff. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to me, you don't have – Deion's just the loudest one of them. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of do I think he would leave? No, because his son's a quarterback on this team.
Right.
So, do I think he would leave his son? No.
Right.
But Florida State would call.
Oh, no doubt. And they should call.
And I'm kind of hoping it happens, because I'm pretty much already over Mike Norvell.
Well, your 0-4 start should be.
0-3.
You're going to be 0-4 after this week.
I don't disagree with you. Although we're only a 2-point dog.
I don't even know who you play this week.
Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
Louisville.
You're going to be 0-4 after this week.
Yeah, that's in the pick segment from Friday.
You got killed by Wake Forest, and you lost to Jacksonville State. I'm going to say.
You keep forgetting those 2 words. They're very important.
Yes. I'm going to say you're probably not going to be competitive in another game all year long.
Well, that's not true.
Just patently false.
I mean, you're going to be competitive.
All right, we'll be with you this afternoon on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400 as, we got the numbers back in for the Manning cast. We'll have the numbers for you this afternoon. More talk about that. I'm really, it's growing, but not enough for you watching it. We'll be at the Ingalls on Smoky Park Highway this afternoon for the coat drive with Eblin Charity. So come on by if you're in the neighborhood. Stop by and see us and bring us a donation for Eblin Charities or gently used coats. Again, that's the Ingalls on Smoky Park Highway. Again, we'll be with you on ESPN Asheville this afternoon, 3 to 5 weekday afternoons. The Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Until then, have a great afternoon.